Boys, we're really living in such a terrible timeline where we had to watch back-to-back. Both Dustin Poirier and Robert Whittaker lose back-to-back. I don't know what timeline this is. Am I a big fan of it? Absolutely not. It is what it is. But as you can see on screen, we got every single winner, including the boy Robert Whittaker and those prelims, because on this Rare MMA channel, we go through the entire card and do some rare matchmaking on every single winner, and sometimes those losers. Let's get into this main card, main event. Whittaker was doing good. It's so sad. I hate it. We just saw two back-to-back legends, lose their, arguably could have lost their last fight. With that being said, Whittaker is doing good out there. He, what I learned the most from this fight is Bo Nickel is just garbage, trash, soft. He's a soy boy to that stomach. The knees that RDR was landing to Whittaker were like 100 times more damaging looking than the ones he was landing to Bo Nickel. And I guarantee Whittaker was hurt over and over and over again with those body shots, but he didn't quit like Bo. With that being said, the only real notable thing is, round 3, Whittaker got hurt and then came back and landed a nasty right hand, dropped RDR bad. And arguably that's what led to a big jump off in his cardio. He kind of gassed out there. It didn't help that this dude was getting kicked to the stomach and knee to the stomach for like 5 rounds straight. That being said, I see an argument where it could have gone to either of the guys. I think RDR won 3 rounds to 2. Maybe 4 rounds to 1. What do we do next with RDR? What do we do next with Robert Whittaker? Those are the questions. And hear me out. Let's bring him into the backup position for DDP versus Chimaev, just in case. If he can make it at that time, I don't know. But if he can make it, let's run him there. And I just want to see him versus the winner. I think it's gonna be Chimaev. And I'm thinking, this dude is top 5 now. And if you look at the rankings and you look at who could be next, I think RDR is more exciting to watch and would have, more eyes on a pay-per-view than a Barriault and Imamov. And those are the dudes that are next up. It's between those 3 guys, honestly. And Imamov and Barriault already matched up. So I want to see this one next. It makes sense for the rankings. And if Chimaev loses, put DDP here. I just think RDR is next up for the belt, which is honestly crazy to say. Because if you would have asked me when this dude joined the UFC, when he fought GM3, that in his next few fights, he would be right there for a title shot, I wouldn't believe you. But goofy style of RDR proves that it's just overpowered at middleweight. The real question is, what do we do with Robert Whittaker? I looked through the division. I don't care to see many fights for Whittaker. Maybe we can put like an Anthony Hernandez here. I remember Whittaker talking about moving up to 205. Honestly, I don't think that would be a good idea either. I think this dude should just retire. Honestly, it is what it is. It's sad to say. He's never say never, but it's looking like this dude's never getting another title shot. He's never gonna be #1 contender again. And again, just like Dustin, went off back-to-back losses, and sucks to see, sucks to say. It is what it is. I was going hype in round 3 when he dropped RDR bad. I thought he could have got him out of there, but it is what it is. Let's keep moving down. Petr Yan got it done over Court McGhee, and like I said, Yan is just a better fighter. That's just what it was. It was a good fight. Yan just showed that there's different levels to this, and he called out Merab. Now, in theory, yeah, he deserves to fight Merab again. However, I'm not gonna forget that this dude literally got touched up. This dude got molested by Merab. Yes, he's arguably next up, but when you get molested that bad by the champion, you need to be undeniable. So he needs to fight one more time. Nurmagomedov. And same thing with Umar. Umar had a very close fight with Merab, and he doesn't need to be on a crazy win streak or anything. People say it could have gone either way. If he goes out here and beats Petr Yan, regardless of who wins, is the rightful #1 contender after Corey Sandhagen. I want to see this shit by the end of the year. I would like to see this, in a few months' time, and then have the winner of this fight Merab at the end of the year, because Merab wants to be active. run this shit next. 5-rounder by them at the very minimum. Let's go down. Sharaputdin. Sharaputdin got it done. And, good fight for Shara, but if you watch closely at the very end of the fight, round 3, the very last seconds, this dude was about to stomp on Marc-Andre Barriault's head while he was laying down. If you looked closely, he was about to stomp this dude out, but he got that Mike Perry special with his nose, and other than that, it was a good fight. He was a good warrior. It was a fun, entertaining fight. But this dude is one of the most overrated prospects that we had coming into the UFC. People thought this dude was going to be some world beater and just a next level threat. I don't think so, to be honest. I can see him getting ranked. I don't think he gets top 10 though. But yeah, Sharaputdin, who do we give him next? Let's try to get him back into the rankings. The UFC likes Sharaputdin. They're going to want to give him favorable matchups and fun matchups and matchups that could get him ranked. I wouldn't be surprised if his next matchup is Marvin Vettori so he can get into the rankings. And I think this would be a fun fight. I could see it being very similar to the fight that we just previously saw. And at this point, we're gonna see Marvin Vettori just be a stepping stone for people like a Sharaputdin. Let's move down. Asu Almabayev got it done over a short notice. Jose Ochea, and not surprised. It was a short notice fight, so it wasn't in my official predictions. But if you go look in the comments, I said Asu Almabayev by decision. That's what happened. It was a good win for Asu. I just say we rebooked the Ramazan Temirov fight, to be honest. It's not like it was such a barn burner fight where we need to give, we need to reward Asu Almabayev some sort of big name. This dude's a fucking retard and called out Joshua Van. You ain't fighting Joshua Van next, my guy. He's fighting for the belt. And unless you want to sit out until next year, which again, Dana doesn't like that shit, I just say we rebook him versus Temirov and we get this shit sorted out by, again, I don't need to wait like a long time to see this. Depending on how bad that injury was for Temirov, 3-4 months. I want to see this quick. Let's move down. Evil Anthony Smith. I'm glad we saw Anthony Smith come out of retirement and get a first round KO here. Yeah, regardless, I thought we were gonna do something like Mirzakhanov versus a Jamal Hill. It looks like Mirzakhanov is gonna fight Ricci, so Bogdan Guskov, you get Jamal Hill. Yeah, Jamal Hill, he doesn't get any high level guys anymore. He's not gonna get big name value dudes anymore. He's coming off a 3 or 4 3-fight losing streak. He's gonna get fed to one of these up and coming dudes like a Bogdan Guskov. Let's get quickly into these prelims though, because I know a lot of you guys don't care that much, but the boy Bryce Mitchell, I told you, I still believe in the boy. Now, he didn't get the finish like I thought he could. It turns out that Saeed Nurmagomedov is just a little bit faster and stronger than Bryce initially thought. But shut up, Bryce. He got it done. He proved that he can get wins at bantamweight, and he can look good at bantamweight. He was ranked before. I think we just give him a ranked opponent at bantamweight. I don't want to see him climb the ladder. That's just retarded in my opinion. Let's give him someone coming off a loss. I believe a 2-fight losing streak now, ranked in this division. Kyler Phillips, scheduling wise, it works out perfectly. And yeah, this should be ready to go anytime. I want to see this on maybe the Aspinall fight card, but that's pretty far away too. But yeah, put on the Aspinall fight card. I don't care. Something around that line. I want to see this fight pretty soon here. Let's move down. Muslim Salikhov. I forgot to add this dude into the Unk tier list, or the Unk video that I did. If you guys didn't watch that video, go watch my best Unks in every division video. I forgot to put Salikhov here. Unk still got it. He still got that crazy one-shot KO power, and yeah, crazy round 1 KO walkout. I think and this dude had a perfect call out. I was going to match him up with this guy regardless, but he called him out. I'm like, wow, finally, a UFC fighter with some brains. And that guy's going to be Wonder Boy. Put this on the Islam Makhachev versus JDM card. I want to see this fight. Wonder Boy coming off a loss a little bit here. So, scheduling wise, we're just waiting for Wonder Boy to heal up because fucking Salikhov took no damage and literally slept Carlos Leal in the first few minutes of their fight. Again, put this on the Islam Makhachev card, and put it on make it the opener of the card. I wouldn't be mad as the opener. Let's go down. Davey Grant also got it done. A lot of underdogs getting it done this card. And, I did think it was a possibility that Davey Grant could have got it done. I just thought, 40 years old, Blackshear's a better fighter. And I thought it was going to be a 29-28 decision. It was 29-28, but Davey Grant got it done. Big upset, good win for Davey Grant. Grant just did more in the fight to get that win. Now, he's almost 40 years old. They're not going to try to build up Davey Grant. They're going to use Davey Grant to build someone up. I think they're going to feed him like someone like a Philippe Lima, a prospect who just got derailed recently by another prospect in Peyton Tabit. They're going to use, now that Davey Grant is building up a little bit of a name, a little bit of a win streak, they're going to use him to feed to one of these up-and-coming guys. I wouldn't be surprised if we see, Unk versus one of these prospects. It doesn't even have to be a Philippe Lima, but I guarantee they're going to feed him to a prospect. Let's move down. Tabatha Ricci with a nasty elbow straight to Amanda Ribas's eye. Disgusting, right up against the cage. Hurt her bad. She low-key quit. I don't think she was actually hurt. I think it was the straight-up elbow to the eye that just... I think she low-key freaked out because she's thinking my fucking eye exploded. But she got it done. Round 2. I think we just give her another Amanda in Amanda Lemos. A very rare time where none of these girls have fought each other. So run this one next. It makes sense. Moving down. Billy Elekana got it done. And I don't even know if I have much to say about this fight. It was... like, what the fuck are these sparring fights now? In the UFC, I swear we have so many of these random sparring fights where these two for 3 rounds were just sparring with each other. 0 combinations thrown and practically just stared at each other for 3 rounds straight. Honestly, just cut both of them from the UFC at this point. But let's give Billy someone like a Ion Kuntelabe. I was debating giving him someone like a Navajo Sterling, but Sterling doesn't deserve such a low-level trash, to be honest. So give him Ion Kuntelabe. If he can't get past Kuntelabe, cut his ass. But I hope they fucking cut Ibo Aslan too, because this dude's a fucking retard. They give the win to Billy, and he's sitting there like, what? I lost? Like, the complete just delusion in this dude. Cut them both. Fuck these guys. Moving down. Steven got it done. Yeah, I predicted this shit to the T. I said he was going to knock that dude out in the... I thought it was going to be second round. It was second round, but I thought he was going to knock that dude out and put him out bad. He just battered that dude for 2 rounds straight. Yeah, destroyed Yahya, except for that when he got caught. But yeah, I think this is the most knockdowns in featherweight history so far. And in total, there was like 8 knockdowns in 10 minutes, which is insane. And he turned Mohammad Yahya's eye into like a fly eye, just completely inflated it. With that being said, shout out Wilson. We're going to use you to get a highlight reel KO for Steven here. So shout out Wilson. Going to get sacrificed here. And opening up the card, Martin Buday got it done over Marcus Almeida. Big fraud check. And it's crazy that the fat blob out cardioed the dude who looked like he was in decent shape. Let's do Martin Buday versus Sergey Spivak. Fuck it, why not? Spivak on a little bit of a losing streak here. Run this shit next. With that being said, let me know what you guys think of this fight card, and what do we do with Whittaker if he doesn't retire? I really don't know what to do. But yeah, thank you guys for watching to the end of the video, and I will see you guys in my next video.